Hey guys, let's do a quick Q&A and some other informations. First question was about love attraction. Does it really work? So, love attraction is real. I use it in my magic as well. Magic is basically energy work, and love attraction is based on energies. So, yes, it works to an extent. The law of attraction is not the only law in the universe, on this earth at least, not the only law. And manifestation coaches try to tell you that this is the only law there is, and that there are no other laws, which is not true. And I'm gonna debunk it for you today with some examples, with some logic. So it's not the only law. And that is why not everything is possible. This is why it has its limitations. Number one thing that they are telling you wrong is that people don't have free will and that you're the only person that has free will. Everyone has free will. And this is why you can't simply wish for someone to be with you and that person will be with you. That's not how it works. That's like number one. Everyone has free will. Number two is your thoughts do not create your reality. No, your thoughts do affect your vibration, but they do not create your world. Because if you're gonna think about it, and we talked about this a bit in the last audio yesterday, where we have the thoughts that are coming from your higher self, and then we have the thoughts that are coming from the ego. But for example, how many times did you think about the worst case scenario and it didn't happen? So they do not create your reality. So don't be afraid if you have a negative thought. A lot of people, go like, let's use the word crazy, although I don't like it, go crazy because, they think they can't think anything negative or it's going to happen. No, it's not. It's not going to happen. How many times when you I don't know, you find a lump and you think you have cancer, and then you go to the doctor and it turns out it's not cancer, right? So if we would listen to them, it would definitely be cancer, right? So don't be afraid of your thoughts and don't try to, forcefully control them because like that you're just gonna put in more resistance and it's just gonna get worse and worse. And it's not going to be beneficial basically. So let's get to the third part of why why they're wrong. So they have this idea that anything is possible. There are no limits. They claim there are no limits. So if this was true, then death would not be a thing. I mean, death is not really a thing, but our bodies wouldn't die, is what I'm talking about. So that wouldn't happen. We could just spend the eternity here on earth in our bodies. So Neville Goddard died as well, and everyone dies. Every single person will die. And they can think and affirm that they're not going to die as much as they want, they're still going to die. So there are obviously limits, a lot of them. It's not the only law, like I said, and there's a law of life and death, obviously. And then, they claim that you can stay young forever, for example. Anything's possible, and you can like change your appearance as you wish, and you can stop aging, and time is not a thing. And this is like, time is not a thing, but we do age. So they claim that you can like stop aging, which is not true. Not true. I mean, really, you can affirm you're 25 and be 80, and you're gonna still be 80, and you can look young for 80. You can look like you're 65, but you will not look like you're 25. It's impossible. So obviously there are limitations, and they're not telling you the truth. They're just, I don't know. I think it's very toxic, to be honest. In my opinion, it's toxic. Uh, because it's a lot of it is fake. So the whole the main thesis is correct. Yes, law of attraction is a thing, energies are a thing, energies attract, energies repulse, everything's true. But then they go overboard with like saying all of this impossible stuff to people, and then people are like trying to manifest eternal youth, or being millionaires, or having a certain person, just by affirming stuff, and that's not how it's ever gonna work. So yes, I think it's toxic when you look at it that way, and I guess that they're all portraying it like that. And if that was true, if everything was really possible, don't you think that these manifestation coaches wouldn't all look perfect and like they are 20, or I don't know, 18 or something? And they don't. They look like, they may look good for their age, but they will not look like they're 20 when they're not. So just use your logic, guys. Use your logic, and don't fall for these things, because you can get into a really vicious cycle. And a lot of people have developed some mental issues thanks to these YouTube videos that are claiming that you can change your eye color from brown to blue by affirming I have blue eyes. You can't. Your eyes will not go blue. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I wanted to say. Basically, it's not gonna happen. Okay, let's move on. Next question is, if a reading tells me there are small chances of getting my ex back, should I still go with spell work? So usually if a reading says small chances, my advice will be not to do it, because they're really small chances, and that's just going to be what I'm going to say. But at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. I'm going to say that I've had situations like this when people got readings before and it said highly unlikely, and then the person was, I still want to go for it, and we did spell work and the ex did come back. There were chances where they didn't, and there were chances when they came back and then they just couldn't let go of the past, and they broke up again. So keep in mind, all of this can happen. So it's again up to you. Are readings mandatory before the spell work? No, they're not. No, readings are always optional. Readings are not included in consultations. Consultations are free, readings are not free, and readings are separately sold from spell work. You can get just a reading on anything. You don't have to do any kind of spell, or you can do both. You can do just one thing. It's up to you. They're not mandatory, because we're doing magic to get someone back, and even if the reading is like really negative, with magic it can turn around and the person can still come back. So it's not it's not something you need to do. Absolutely not. Okay, moving on. So this is an interesting question. What's the most common sun sign of the exes people are trying to bring back? So they're all of the sun signs are involved, but what I've noticed the most, I haven't done statistics on this, but what I've just noticed that are common, let's say common, are Aries and Sagittarius. So I don't know. I guess, yeah, those are the two that I think are the most common ones, both in males and females, Aries and Sagittarius. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be the last question for today because we are at 10 minutes right now. Can magic change appearance? So I don't really do spells like that. The only spells regarding to your appearance that I do are the glamour spells, and they, as you know, are a bit different than like changing the way you look. Um, However, to an extent, it can. So slightly, yes, it's possible. I will say that if you have a big nose and you want a small nose, magic can't do that. No, plastic surgery wouldn't exist if we could do these things. Um, if you have brown eyes and want blue, magic won't do that. Uh, but it can do slight things, slight changes. Like you're just gonna start looking fresher, prettier, younger, more youthful, stuff like that. And that's what the glamour spells are for. So I did once a spell for a client, which I usually don't do. It was a way back. It was for being more muscular and toned. Of course, the client needed to go to the gym and watch his diet, so just to make it a little more potent. If you're just gonna lay around and eat whatever you like, this spell will not do much. You have to do your part. So this is why I don't usually do these spells, because people will expect it to just magically make them look like Brad Pitt, which is not how it works. So this is why I don't do them. Like, I don't think they're necessary. But this one like really wanted it, and it worked. The client said that they haven't really been that diligent in the gym or anything, and yet they looked better. So, you know, with certain life changes, of course, the magic can help you to get the result faster and or to get better results if it's like gaining muscle or losing weight. But if you're just gonna expect it to magically happen, that you're gonna be losing a bunch of weight and doing nothing, that's not gonna work out, obviously. And this is why I just refuse to do this stuff, because most people would just be like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. So yes, to an extent, but like it's a slight it's slight. It doesn't work like you would imagine. So magic can't make your nose smaller. It can't make your change your eye color, and it can't make your lips bigger. Um, yeah. So it can make you look fresher, prettier, and things like that, but there will not really be significant real change in your appearance. You will still look like yourself. It can make you, like the glamour spell, it makes you more attractive, and it makes your energy more attractive and more magnetic, but you're still gonna be you. And you can get improvements in terms of just better skincare, makeup, all of the stuff that will improve your appearance. But your the size of your nose is going to be the same, for example. So does it really change the way you look? Not really. Not really. Slightly. So depending on what you're going for, of course. Again, unrealistic demands are impossible. So be careful if someone tells you, "Oh, this is a spell to make your nose small." There is no such spell. Okay. So yeah, this is the Q&A for today. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm sending you lots of love. And I love you guys. I hope you're gonna have a magical day. Bye.